Good morning and welcome to Jeannie's World. I'm sitting here at the Lake Helen Flea Market. And yes, Linda is on my mind. And I think back, life was good from 1956 to 1962. Said that right? 56 to 62. There was just three girls, Anita, Linda, and myself. In 1962, my stepfather, he moved to Colorado to work as his fireman there. And one day, I guess my mother and him were fighting. He asked, "Do you want to live with your father?" Well, of course, the answer is yes, because life with my father was an adventure. One year, my father was a shrimper, and he had the lucky lady, and we lived in Port Lavaca. And I'll never forget the breeze that was on that porch at night. And we got into so much mischief. We got a boat that had holes in it, and we filled it up with tar, and we rowed it to the end of the pier, and it sank, and then we were covered with tar. Then we grabbed us some crabs, and we cooked them in the tar bucket. Linda and I were jumping on a folding bed and broke her tooth in half. My little brother, he went up the top of the house and was putting things down the pipe to the kitchen. I mean, we had fun. It was a never-ending summer. Then another year, we were farmers. And we were hoeing cotton. We lived on a farm, and we had a big peach tree, and we'd get in that peach. I guess the peach tree wasn't all that big since we were that small, and we would sit in that tree and we just eat the peaches until we got sick. I think there was one time my grandmother sent me to the garden to get mustard greens, but there was a big old rattlesnake, and he said, "No, no, no, no," and I listened. And there was a horse on that land. We chased that horse forever so we could ride him, and we never got to ride him. And Linda milked the cow. I don't know what Anita did. And Linda says, "I'm not going to drink this milk." And Anita said, "Why? It's pasteurized." And my sister said, "Yeah, and it's hockey eyes too." And I can't even list all the things we got to do. One guy cut down all the trees with these chains that was next to us. And then all these tarantulas came out. And so we had a tarantula contest. I caught 54. And I was the loser. And there was a rattlesnake by the outhouse, and my daddy killed the snake. But that thing, he jumped and wiggled for like 12 hours before his nervous system gave in. That was kind of scary. Oh, and then another year, my daddy was in Port Lavaca, and this time he was on an oyster boat. And that was before, they legalized the times that you could harvest oysters. And it was really fun because we'd go over to my Aunt Ann's house, and we walk around the Port Lavaca Bay, and there would be oysters on the side, and my uncle would just pop them open and eat them. And that was really cool. And I remember that time in Port Lavaca, I was sitting on the butane tank, and they had the most beautiful thunderstorm I'd ever seen in my life, just popping on the horizon, gorgeous, making the sky orange in the distance. That storm pretty much destroyed Port Lavaca. But it sure was, it was amazing to watch from a safe distance. And that year, I don't know if I said it already, we hoed cotton. No, we didn't hoe cotton. We hoed cotton on the farm. We picked cotton that year, which wasn't fun at all. And they didn't let us cheat.